You know, most of my time spent in content creation is just standing around, waiting for the fog to disappear. Ugh. Hey you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here. So just recently, the developers for Sea of Thieves sent out a tweet that shed some light and a little backstory on the game. This was a very much needed piece to the jigsaw puzzle, so let's speculate our butts off. So just recently the developers sent out a tweet that simply reads, "The skeleton forts scattered across the Sea of Thieves were built by the direct order of Captain Flameheart. Skellies placed stolen loot within their vaults as tribute in case their pirate king should suddenly return to the seas." Now up until this point we could only speculate what skeleton forts were. I even speculated that they were once large buildings left from the ancients that had corroded over time. But with this knowledge we now know that the skeletons who inhabit these forts are followers of Flameheart. And we also know that Flameheart is going to be royally pissed at them because they're not doing a very good job at defending their tribute. In the last tall tale, we discovered that Flameheart has returned, which also explains why recently forts have been given a little upgrade and more defense with the new Ashen Skull Fort encounters, as well as the new Ashen fleets. So it means all this time, these poor skelemobobs were just fangirling for their Papa Flameheart, hoping one day he would return. But this really got me thinking, if all these skeletons have been doing nothing more than gaining tribute for their flamey overlord, that means Flameheart is some sort of skeletal king, possibly the original skeleton, or possibly a skeleton that found a way to control the skeletal curse. In the most recent update, poor old Duke is burnt and bashed about, and talks about visiting the Heart of Flame. The Heart of Flame, up until this point, was merely another name for the Devil's Roar, used by some of the lore characters outside of the game universe. But we now know that the Heart of Flame is a place within the Devil's Roar. When Forsaken Shores was released and we ventured into the Devil's Roar, myself and most of the community were a little disappointed that there was no sign of Flameheart, not even any evidence of its existence there. But it would make sense that a guy named Flameheart would possibly visit a place bathed in fire as his favourite holiday destination. But this Heart of Flame could possibly be a place where Flameheart originated from, or was the place Flameheart found to take control of his skeletal army that have been leaving tribute for him since the release of the game. In tomorrow's update, we see the release of a new chest named the Chest of Rage that has the ability to send out a shockwave on your ship if left unsupervised. You will need to throw water on it to keep it cool or suffer the consequences. Flameheart did threaten that his wrath would be unleashed onto the world, and maybe these Chests of Rage are just the start of his master plan. Also, if you put a Chest of Rage and a Chest of Sorrows on your ship, would that make your ship fly? It's becoming pretty darn obvious that our beloved Mass Stranger certainly has a huge involvement with Mr. Flameheart himself, and over the months we've seen the recently named Reaper's Hideout slowly grow into something that resembles a fort, just like the ones we see dotted around the lands. What started off as a stone circle has now been transformed into a forge of terror. But these stone circles are seen all over the world, left by the ancients. This one under the water at N13 on the map shows ancient statues placed around it, and of course the one at Shores of Gold on the floor near what's called the Compass Vault. Even forts themselves are built around stone circles. And what lies beneath these stone circles? Well, a vault for our treasure, of course. Sorry, the skeletal treasure, even though they can't look after it, so it's kind of ours, so they kind of messed that up. But more importantly, a crypt filled with ancient dead bodies. Could these in fact be the remains of the ancients? Could these vaults not only be used for tribute for Flameheart, but also hold some sort of key to the skeletal curse? Maybe the ancients buried themselves with all their worldly belongings, and those who stole it were cursed. It's becoming more and more obvious that the Flameheart we see in the game at this point is not the one we have all read about, but rather his father, Flameheart Sr., which means his transformation into a skeletal lord is still unknown. Could Flameheart have been patient zero of the skeletal curse, and this is why the skeletons in this land follow him and leave tribute? That's it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, then please hit that like button. And if you really like the video, please hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell so you're always notified when I upload. And if you're looking for ways to support me, please head over to my Patreon page where I offer tiers that give you perks for your support. Link is in the pinned comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself and happy sailing. Bye bye.